Hello, here is the lever video that you were asking for. So we are going to start off with just a few key core, leg and shoulder girdle exercises because they all need to be particularly strong for your levers, but you'll know lots of other exercises yourself, and there are other videos if you want to do extra for those parts. You can certainly do that. But we're going to start today with lying down leg raises. So you want to keep these nice and controlled. Lying down, tip back. I'm hitting a banister. If you've got more room you can go back further. Then slow and controlled all the way down. Going to do 20. So I want 2. I'm travelling along the carpet. Maybe I am. After that, on to crunchies. We're going to do one crunch with straight legs and then the next one with straddled. So let's do 20 of them. Straight, 1. Straddle, 2. I think I'm at 17. Lost track for a minute there. So hopefully that was 20. If not, I'm sure you're counting better. Over to V-balance. Get a timer. I think 30 seconds will do me. If I can stop knocking over all the timers. If you feel like you need longer, you can go for a minute. Ready, on your bottom, holding a V shape. Go. Ooh. If you don't wobble, you're doing better than me. I can feel my lever lowering. And that's 30. Oh. Next one, using the V shape again, heaven help me. V balance, straddling your legs open and shut. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oofed. And sit-ups. With the difference, you can do these 2 ways. I'm going to do sit-ups through a straddle. So do some like this, or just reaching forward Done 10 like that. You don't need to do this, but you can. You can either do them like that, or you can do them with your feet up against a wall. So I'm going to do my next 10 against the wall. Also going to do 10 each way with my legs together. So that was 10 against the wall. Make sure you check with an adult before you use any wall in your house. Make sure it's fit for leaning on. Each way. Now I'm going to do shoulder shrugs in front support. Oh, my elbow clicked. Shrugging those shoulders up and down, 20 of them. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze, push the floor. Squeeze, push the floor. Big squeeze right through and a big push right through. And your normal press ups, so do what works for you if you're on your knees or not. 10's a good number to aim for. Let's see. Sure, more of you were much lower to the ground than me, I hope. Now shoulder shrugs again, but this time in downward dog. So in like an upside down V, pushing the hands away, my shoulders and chest, I'm pushing them down to the ground. And the legs are straight behind me. Again, I'm looking to squeeze my shoulder blades together, push away on the floor. 20 shoulder shrugs in this shape. And one that concentrates a bit on the weight bearing on the wrists and that fold at the hips, the pulling the legs up, whether you're doing a tuck or a straddle or a pike lever, you're having to pull your legs into your body. So I wanted to do 4 of the straddle stands, hands out in front nice and flat, and you're going to just try and push off your feet and let your feet drift in to each side of your hands, like doing that 4 times, trying to get your feet to line up with your hands. Push all the weight on your hands, and how close can you pull your feet? 4 of them. And I'm going to put my slippers on for this because I'm in quite a small space and I wouldn't like to bang my foot off the wall. So if you're in a small space, you just really want to save this for a time when you've got a bigger space. So I'm going to go front support, downward dog, and I'm going to push from here and try and jump my feet into that same position each side of my hands. Front, downward dog, jump. Front, downward dog, jump. Now this time you're going to try and jump your legs into straddle and get them back to front support looking like front support, downward dog, straddling back. There we go, managed to hit the banister and the wall. Give it a go. If you're nice and flexible, you'll get your legs right in and right back again. I think that's a good bit of conditioning to start us off. Here we are, ready for tuck lever. So specifically aiming for the tuck, I'm going to hold my tuck balance for 30 seconds. Squeezing in that tuck. Arms out, try not to have your arms touching you, so the rest of your muscles are doing all the work. Again, keep your chest strong. Squeeze your knees together and pull them into you. There we are. Going to do another 30 seconds, and this time kick my legs. So I think I need a quick stretch to be ready for that. Ready, go. So of course, in your pike and so on, your legs will be stretched out longer. You still need to keep them in your body, and that will work all the same muscles. It's just keeping your tuck really tight. If you're really struggling, you could have one toe on the ground at a time. Ooh. There we go. And if you're able to lift up off the ground, maybe you can hang on to the timer and see how long you can stay up there. But I know, can't quite get my bottom off the ground. If you can practice holding it so I can get my feet or my hips. Feet, hips, feet, hips, but not two at the same time. So I'm going to use this to help me. Maybe somebody in your house has a yoga block. If so, that would be ideal. If not, a big thick book does the trick. I'm going to lean this big thick hard-covered book against the wall. I'm going to get nice and close because I would want my tuck nice and close. The closer I can keep my tuck to my body with all the muscles, the closer my centre of gravity is, the easier to do this lever. I'm going to just put my toes on it and hold my tuck up. So you could do that with a timer, or you could try that a few times. Anyway, try and do it with your hands a bit closer. It's even harder. That will hopefully help me get my tuck. Something you can try is taking the book off the wall. Then the wall's not going to help the book or the yoga block. You're going to need to do it. That's helping me keep my tuck in and keep up. So if I kept practicing that, I could do it for longer and longer. Ready for straddle lever preps. This is one we're quite familiar with for pommel as well. In my straddle, knees pressed down, back and chest up strong, hands flat on the ground, that's important, in front of you, either side of your leg. Don't be leaning back and support. This is the shape for lever. Let's go. Going to do 10 this leg, 10 the other leg. 1. Other leg. And I'm going to do 20 with both legs. Hands in the middle. Try and keep them flat, which I know is much harder. That's me done just over tip. And I think you have all seen the challenge. It was up in the other video, but I'll give you just a quick reminder, if I can, with children's books. I had 4 things, and just lifting over, and then out a bit further again, and then in and in, out and out, in and in. So you want to do it with something a bit higher. I had empty plastic tubs of peanut butter and they were ideal, but it did make me hungry. You can use anything safe and non-breakable. You can practice that a few times. And then we're ready for a straddle balance. Nice and high. Let's get the timer. At least you know what you're doing. Ready for 30 seconds. And go. Keeping the legs nice and high, because you'll need to be pulling them in towards your body for your lever. Hands in front. Oofed. Pulling the legs up. Ooh, losing my grip. That's 30, so I hope you made it. And then that would be us into trying feet off the ground. See if you can tip forward and get your bottom off the ground. If you can, get everything up at once in your straddle. Feet, hips, so again I can manage one or the other. But I'm hoping you'll get your shoulders forward and you'll be able to lift your straddle high enough that maybe some of you can get your legs and your hips off the ground. If not, we'll just need to keep practicing all these exercises until we get it. Oh. So, good luck to straddles. Looking forward to seeing who can do them when we come back. On to pike. So I've got my legs long and I'm going to have my hands either side, making sure they are in front of my hips, flat on the ground, and I'm going to do the same again. Lift one leg 10 times, then the other one. And what I had meant to do for the straddles, and you can add in next time you do this circuit, is hold the last hold for 10 seconds. Chest up, shoulders down. Let's go. 1, 2, going for 10. There's me holding now for 10. Not very technical 10, just counting that in my head. Same again on the other side. Might as well practice holding your toes pointed now, because that's what the judges will look for when you all get back onto P-bars and whatever and show them all these levers. Very good. 2 legs together. Let's go. Hold. Oofed. Okay, so I like this one. I'm on carpet today, so I need something slidey. Got myself a plastic bag for my feet. Slidey, let's hope this works. If you're on a hard floor, then maybe just wearing your socks will work, or you could use a towel or an old t-shirt. Put it under your feet so that they can slide on the hard floor. So I have my plastic bag because I'm on a carpet, and I am wanting to slide from back support, fingers pointing forwards, remember, back to pike lever with my hips off the ground. And I want to repeat that a few times. Hips, back support. Pushing the hips up off the ground. Try to keep those legs super straight as well. There you go. And in my pike shape, I'm going to try and tip and lift so I can move forwards. Tip, 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 getting as much of me off the floor at the same time as I can. Going to do the same thing back the way now. Hips then, feet, hips, feet, hips, feet, hips, feet. So as much as you can suck up. If you can, you could maybe move your whole self in a lever for a couple of seconds by lifting up and down. And that's us ready to try for pike lever. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to tip my feet up, then I'm going to try and tip forward to lift my hips up while sucking my toes up and hope that I can get that lever. But the pike one's the last because it's the hardest. So if I can get my tuck lever, I know I'm on the way to getting my straddle lever. If I can get my straddle lever, I know I'll be on the way to getting my pike lever. So if you can do your pike lever, practice your pike lever. And you could use a timer, try and see if you can hold it for longer other days. And if you're not quite there yet like me, I'm going for feet, hips, feet, hips, feet, hips. Working towards getting that pike lever. You can do that a few more times if you like. In fact, something else we'll look at, if you can do any of this in a lever, well done. But a wee bonus, tuck to pike, tuck, pike, tuck, pike, tuck, pike. You do a few of them. So it's like crunchies, but sitting up. 20 would be a good round of them, I say. Yes. Bonus bit at the end, if your legs are not as strong as our oldest Andrew, to do your V hold. So again, I would maybe take it from tuck to V, doing reps of tuck to V and V straddle. So again, 20 or a timer, trying to increase it each time. And make sure you always ask an adult before you use a wall in your house. There's always somebody bursting a wall in Bella Houston adult class. Practice your V. So my hands are behind my hips because I'm not quite flexible enough to get a full pike fold. But if you film yourself, you'll see how folded you are or not, and if that's something you need to work. Now, another bonus, if you ask an adult and you're allowed to use 2 chairs in your house, there's quite a few extra bits and bobs you can do to help your levers. Certainly, because I can't really lift up off the ground, I can practice all my levers on the 2 chairs, and I'll show you a few exercises that you could also do if you're allowed to use 2 chairs. So best check. Don't want to use plastic garden ones and they break because you haven't checked. Ready, tuck each side.
The end. No. No.
Some of them, and
No, I thought if you
tucking up and down.
I'm with him.
Bit more dynamic.
I've
Tuck,
only just found the village.
down, tuck, down. So you could do whole sets, 20 or whatever, of all of these. Ooh, tuck to pike.
Hi.
So a lot of the things you did on the ground, you can be doing up here as well for all your reps.
Wait.
And
Okay.
pike. Push out.
Can you wait?
So if you can keep your legs up, you can push out. Hold it a bit before you drop. You could maybe pulse out and in. Certainly. That's all I can do to get to L. And out. Suck my legs back in. L. Out. Suck.